Okay, so we're gonna remove this polish and we're gonna do kind of an old-fashioned pretty girl nail. Old-fashioned.
Lay down.
Okay, I'm just gonna use my bit here. We're running on 10,000 RPMs, and I'm just gonna remove our nail art. I'm not gonna worry about up in the sides, getting it up in there, because I can use a different bit to do that. So I'm just gonna remove the bulk of it, which shouldn't take but a second. There we go. We'll leave a little bit of that underlying gel on top of her nail, as long as it's good gel, it's you know, adhered on there, so that way we don't have to file down all the way to her natural nail for a lot of it. Okay, so the rest I'll leave and I'll get here in a second. Let me see this, Toto. There we go. Okay, next. Toes are always so fast on this part. It's such a little surface that we have to worry about removing. I was gonna do a live today, but then I saw that MJ was live, and I know her nails are gonna be glittery and shiny and sparkly and fancy, so everyone's gonna be over there watching, so you guys can just catch this on the little playback whenever you feel like it. Okay, relax these toes. This spank them. Okay. We're just doing a dry pedi, cleaning up those toes. Let me see where I can see better on this side. Okay, let's switch bits. All right, next bit that I'm gonna use is going to be my little mini.
No. Edith, get down. Now.
When we start doing nail stuff, the big dog Edie, she likes to annoy the heck out of us. But one of the things she does is she knows she's not allowed on a particular sofa. So of course, as soon as we start doing nails, that's the first thing she does, is go up there and try to get comfortable on that big sofa. But she's not allowed on that one. Okay, there we go. And I got my little bit from Deb, so these are her sanding bands. I'll set that there. All right. Let's get this on here. I'm just gonna pull it a little bit away because I like it just a little bit further up. And I'm gonna put my e-file on 5,000 because I don't need it really on anything much higher. And I'm gonna start by going along this back and just getting the cuticle that's kind of further up the nail, and come down the side. I'm pulling back the skin as much as I can so I can get in there comfortably. Okay, then I'm gonna go across the surface. Just make sure we've got a nice smooth surface. And then I wanna go down this side, which is a little harder for me to see at the angle I'm at, but I think I got it. Okay, let's just smooth out the gel just a little bit better. Okay, now this one. These ones are a lot easier because there's just hardly anything there. But I'm gonna smooth over the top. Get that cuticle that's a little bit higher up that nail. Come down our little sides and this side. Make sure we get any product that has gone over there. Okay, same thing on this one. Oh Lord, now the kitties are hyper. We may have a kitty joining us for a second, and then we'll get them out of here. All right, now this little one. Okay, let's get this side just a little bit. And make sure we got it as smooth as we can on the top. Okay. And I like to leave a little bit of gel. It'll just be that like base layer, so it'll just be kind of a more clear layer in most cases. Okay. Make it up in this corner just a little bit. I'm gonna go in with another bit here in a second, and we'll get a little bit closer to that, to our side walls and our cuticle. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch bits. I'm gonna use my cuticle cleaning bit, and that looks like this. And I'm just gonna, same thing, I'm gonna kind of put it a little bit further up. Now, before I do anything, I actually want to go ahead and clean these off. So I'm just going to take my little lint-free towelette and some alcohol, and I'm going to go ahead and clean our surface. Doesn't have to be spotless, just enough where we can really see well. See what we're doing and what we got going on. Okay, my e-file on 5,000 RPMs. And let's just take a better look. I'm gonna zoom you in just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and get around this cuticle, and in the process, I'm just barely pushing that cuticle back just a little bit. I wanna get up in our corners and down our sidewall. Again, up in our corner, which is hard for me to see on this side with how I am, but we will get it. Okay, let's get this one. We're just gonna push that cuticle back a little bit. Same thing here. Get our corner. Okay, this one. Go. And our pinky. Get a little bit of that product off there. There. I'm going to go ahead and get my cuticle pusher, and I'm just going to gently push back anything extra that I can push back. Just a little bit. just real lightly. And as I'm doing this too, I'm also taking a look at the skin to see what parts I need to buff out, because we'll use our e-file to buff those out as well. Just right around that toenail. And I have a special bit that is just for that, so that will be perfect. Now I'm gonna use this one more time, again on 5,000. And I'm just gonna go around one more time, just towards that back part. Get anywhere that I need to clean up just a little bit better. If you need to see better, you can always wipe this down, you know, wipe the feet off again. I can see though where the cuticle is. Did you hear something like, sound like dogs doing something? Getting in trouble? Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're getting in trouble. Okay. All right, let me go ahead. We're gonna clean your toes off again. Let's see, we'll start over here. All right, let's get this cleaned off. I'm gonna move your foot just the tiniest bit. There you go. And I can back it up too a little bit here in a second. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my little file, my little emery board, and I just use the little flimsy emery boards on like someone like her, because her toes are not real thick. They're just it's a very nice thickness on them, so you don't need anything really, really strong. So on her other foot, we use this emery board, so I'm just gonna use it again. And it's just the regular cheapy emery boards that you get from Amazon or at Walmart. But it works great on toes, because you can really, you know, get up in here if you need to. Now, Jandy likes to cut her own toes from time to time, so she doesn't go straight across, even though we need to go straight across. She's still growing hers out. So just like in here, where you really need something, in her case, her skin likes to come right up over, but I need to get in there just to kind of shape it just a little bit. And same over here, I can really pull this. She's got a little bit of product still on here, so I'm just going to just take this and buff it off. It's just right at the tip. There we go. Our color is going to color it up anyway. I mean, cover it up, because we're going red. Okay, let's get this just a little bit. I know we're trying to grow her sides out, so I'm just, well, if she'll stop cutting, we're gonna try to grow her sides out. There's not too much though to even file. Just a wee bit. Okay. This one also just a wee bit. We just finished watching Maxine, which we both kind of thought was okay. It was not exactly what we expected, but it was good. It was on, what was it on, Max? HBO Max? Yeah. Which, calling HBO Max is so strange to me, because, you know, when we grew up, I mean, Cinemax was Cinemax and HBO was completely different, right? So I went ahead and cut out the sound on the video for when the dogs started barking. So it'll just be a couple seconds and then we'll resume. I think only a couple times did we ever, like, you know, being kids and you're told not, you know, you're not allowed to watch Cinemax. I think a couple times we were like, ooh, we're not supposed to watch Cinemax. Let's see what's on Cinemax. But, you know, it's kind of soft. You know, corn back in the day was not corn today. That's for sure. We hear you, Miss Bella. Okay, I'm just gonna get a tiny bit more right off of here. There we go. Yeah, if you need to get anything more, anything thicker than like what her toenails are, then I would say use a different file. But for this, it's fine. She's good. Okay, now I'm just gonna take my little metal file and I'm just gonna kind of run it up underneath anywhere that looks like it might have something. Hers usually it might kind of look like it, but then it doesn't. Those look fine. I think the rest of them kind of looked fine. Let's see. There, yeah, okay. Now let's wipe these down again. Let me get my little towelette. We are probably gonna need another towelette, but I'm just gonna, let's just use this one right now. Then we'll worry about the others. Okay, I'm gonna clean this really, really nicely. And in her sidewalls, she's got deep pockets in her sidewalls. So I wanna be sure to get out any kind of little piece of dust that might have collected in there. Get this one. Okay, and get this Toto. This one wants to hide. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pack this up. There you go, you're good. Okay, perfect. All right, so next thing I'm gonna do is grab my little buffer bit for your skin. Here we go. And it's got holes. It has holes in it, so that way it won't get warm against the skin. I'm just gonna turn this on 6. Let's see how we do with 6. I'm gonna zoom, you guys. Oh, it's not gonna wanna zoom for me. Let's see. Let me move this light. See if we can get better. There we go, maybe. That'll kind of help us out a little bit. Okay. So I'm just gonna get where the skin looks a little dry. If we need to go faster, if it looks like, you know, I'd have to, like right now, it looks like I'm having to kind of like press up against it, like a little bit more than I want to. So I'm gonna turn it up to 8. And let's see. There we go. Get this little bitty bit right here. Now, probably about once a month, Jandy might get a little bit of calloused areas on her heels or like her big toe, you know, little places that are known to get calluses. And we'll go over them with this. And I don't take a lot of, you know, the dead skin off. I just buff at it. And then I'll run it right back along here just to get any cuticle that's standing up. And me go just a little hair faster. I'm gonna put it to 10. There we go. Because I see a little bit still standing up on here. There we go. So just like that. And on this toe, I'm just gonna run it along the back. Just a little bit. And right in here. Again, just run it real gently, so no pressure. Getting right in here where the skin is dead and it's just kind of hanging on. There we go. And right in here. I may have to kind of pull her skin back a little bit better. There we go. Right here at the front. Turn that off instead of turning it off. Okay. All right, let me get this. Now we're just going to clean these up with our little towelette. Okay. All right, now we can start our polishing. So I am going to move your foot over just a tiny bit, and I'll just shrink this a little bit, and we'll start with our base coat. So I'm going to use Madam Glam base. And I'm just going to put on just a really light layer of base. I see a tiny little hair that's wanting to go in. I'll have to get it before it does. It's on my thumb. Okay, there we go. Pull this towards us. Okay. There's still a little bit left on my brush, so I'm just going to use it to do as many toes as I can. That looks good. Okay, next toe. And I forgot to put on your toe separators. I just realized that. I'll slip them on here in a second. Okay, let me get this one. Okay, before I do her pinky, I'm gonna get her toe separators on. So let me just slide this. Don't wanna mess up your base. there's a hair. Okay, one more. Right in between this toe. Skeets it over. Okay, there we go. Now let's do our pinky toe, and then we can put the nougat on it. Okay, relax your toes. There you go. All right. So let's go ahead and do our base, sorry, not our base coat. Let's go ahead and nuke our base coat. We're just gonna do 30 seconds. We're gonna do a classic red nail with a little bit of a moon at the back. It should be really pretty. I tried to cut out this part where we're waiting here, but honestly, I was having so much trouble, so I just left it in.
Nope.
So sorry. Okay, now I'm gonna get my perfect red, and we're gonna go in and do what we can with our perfect red. And I'm gonna probably wait and do the fine work like back behind the cuticle and the side walls with my detailer brush. So I'm just going to get it as close as I can. Put it on as neatly as possible. But I'm not gonna worry about, let me brush some of this polish off. I'm not gonna worry about getting as, way back there. I'm just gonna wait and do that with the detailer. But I do wanna pull it to the edge here. If I get it on the skin, it's okay. I can clean it right off. And I've got a little bit too much polish still. Let me wipe some of this off. Okay, let me clean up just a tad before we nuke it. Okay, let me go ahead and get my other toes while we're at it. And then we'll just do one nuke for 30 seconds. And then we'll get in here and do our closer work with our polish. Okay. Loose of her foot and grab this little toe. Just stay relaxed, Jandy. Okay, let me go ahead and grab our nougat. We're gonna go 30 seconds again. What you doing? You just looking at your phone? Just relaxing. This will go fast. Because it's easy nail art, It's nothing hard, and anybody can do this. It's definitely a lot easier to do it with the gel polish than regular nail polish, but you can do either. Okay, I'm gonna get my little glass here. I just used it on our other foot. But, oh, yeah, I just need a little bit of the red. Just a little. And then we're gonna need some white. So I'm gonna grab my, let's see, my Madam Glam Bold White. They have a perfect white. I don't have that one yet, but it is available. I imagine it's pretty close to the bold white. Okay, we don't need too much because it's just toes. But this should do us. Let's see. See how far we get with this. Okay, I'm gonna get my fine detailer, just the little bitty one. I'm gonna dip it in my red, and I'm just gonna kind of get in closer where I know I need to. Here, I'll kind of make this zoomed in just a little bit so you can see. And I'm just resting my finger to steady myself. I'm not going all the way to her skin, just as close as I can get it comfortably. I'm a little shaky. Okay, I also like to look at the front and just make sure, does it look like everything's covered here? And it does, we look good. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go across here. May need to get a little bit more red. Down this side. And the top looks fine. It's very, very thin. Her nails are real thin. Not real thin, but thin. Just naturally they are. Okay, let's get this one. I'm gonna flip this up and look at it. Looks pretty good. Okay, this one does need ever so slightly on the tip. So I'm gonna get that. Okay. Then let's come down the side. The back looks pretty good from what I can tell. Get this side and this back part just ever so slightly. Okay. I may not have got that in the shot. Oh, maybe I did. I can get this side just a little bit better. Whoop. Now I'm taking it too far. Okay, let me nuke this real quick. Actually, before I do, let me just I can actually now see just a little bit where I need to get the tops here a little bit better. Just barely. Let's see, what was the other one I saw? Okay, this one, I see it. Sorry, I had a little hair. And this one. We get a little bit more red on here. There we go. Okay, that looks real nice. Okay, let's go in the nuker for 30. Were there any other movies that we were gonna watch tonight that were on, when does the preacher show come on? Was it?
Gemstones.
The Gemstones, yeah.
I think.
Tonight? Yeah, we'll have to watch Gemstones. Is that what it's called, or is it?
Righteous Gemstones.
Righteous Gemstones. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, we'll have to watch that. And then probably, of course, our true crime. We'll get it in our true crime. Okay, I'm gonna back this up just a little bit so you guys can see the whole foot. We look a lot better than when we started, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna get into my white. Let me just take a little tissue right here and clean off my brush. I'm gonna use that same brush. At least that's the goal. Okay, so let me dip in here. Get it, my brush loaded up. Okay. And then I figure we're gonna do a moon, and I think I'll start it like here on this side, here on this side, and we'll see what looks best as far as how far to bring it. I think I'm gonna bring it to here. Okay, I think this will look good. It kind of looks cute just with the line, actually. Maybe we can just do that. Looks really cute. I didn't think about just making it a line, but if I can do it smooth enough, which I may not be able to. Probably not. Okay, let's just paint the back part. Okay, let's go across here. I'm just following right on top of that red. And you want it to be as nice as you can get it. Oh my goodness. You're so sad, Bella. Whoop. There's a little wild hair on my brush. At this point, we have both decided we kind of liked the line better than the solid. So on the big toe, we're just going to do a white line. And then on the rest of the toes, we'll do little bitty half moons. Now, when I sat down to edit this video, my regular editing tool app would not work for me. So I had to download a different editing app, and I'm having so much trouble with it. So I went ahead and just deleted the rest of the sound on the video because I could not figure out how to delete portions of the sound with portions of the video. Anyway, so I appreciate you bearing with me. If you enjoy this kind of content, if you can hit that like button for me and subscribe if you're not already. Yeah, I really quite like just the line on the big toe. I think it looks really pretty. It looks kind of different, but I like it. At some point here, I will get my fine detailer brush fixed. I need to get it kind of trimmed up a little bit so that way I don't have these weirdo hairs making marks on my nails and messing me up more than what I already would mess myself up. I was really having the hardest time with my lines, my line designs, probably partly because I was shaky, and then, yeah, not really sure what all I can blame it on, but I will come back to this toe. I'm going to just kind of clean this line up best I can, move on to the others, and then we'll come back to it and kind of define it a little bit better. So I went ahead and froze our big toe design here into place so I can move on to the little toes. And now we'll just make our little bitty half moons. And I realize as well, I kind of got in my own way here, but at least you'll be able to see the design and see what I'm doing. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a note down in the comments, and I'd be happy to get back with you. You know, as cute as these little toe separators are, she had a hard time holding on to the one that goes in between the big toe and that next toe. And then I had a hard time keeping them in place for whenever I was working with the smaller toes. They kind of just kept sliding to the nail part and getting in my way a little bit. So I got them off of Shein. They're super cute. They had other ones that were equally as cute, but I think that the regular, like little spongy ones that go between your toes that aren't real fancy, I think those work a little bit better. So for this set, I was partly inspired by my Madame Glam Perfect Collection, which is like my perfect black, perfect yellow, perfect white, perfect red, and so on down the list. And I love that those colors are just so bright and easy one coat application. And also I have been coming across a lot of Dita Von Teese photographs, and I noticed that her nails on her manicures, she always has some style of this particular half moon in the back look with either, she had a lot of nails that where they're just really like this white, and then some other ones where they're just a little bit different. So that really had me inspired. I was kind of thinking a little retro look would be cute for this time of the year. And I think they came out really, really gorgeous. And they look really nice after I get this one toe fixed here. Now, for some reason, I was struggling with this one toe in particular, and I just couldn't seem to get it right. Not sure what the issue was, but we got it close enough, and I think it's still really cute. And I just wanted to go back over this big toe and try to get it as neatly and nicely as I could. So I just needed to kind of do a few little spots here and there. So I just finished nuking these. Let's go ahead and get our top coat on, make them nice and glossy and pretty, get our cuticle oil on and some lotion, and then we'll take some final photos. And I'll also show you what I've got going on her other foot. We had just finished a TikTok live over there and did a little bit of a different design, but I think that the 2 feet will actually go really well together. They better, right? But I'll show you that one as well, and then show you a close-up of these. Jandy really likes rocking the different look on each hand or each side, each foot, however you want to say it. So when she gets her way, then we have different nail art for each limb. So we did that today, and I'll be sure and show you both feet and what we did. You'll have to let me know what you think. So we're just getting our oil on here, and then we'll take a look at the second foot, which over there we just did a black, white, and yellow little daisy look, which I feel like will go really, really well with our red manicure over here. We are using all Madam Glam colors from their Perfect collection. You can go to madamglam.com and check out those colors. They're just all solid, one coat coverage application, and you can use my code if you would like. It is all capital letters TOSHA and the number 40. That will save you 40% off at checkout. Let me know what you think about this little pedicure, and I'll put in the final photos here.